Alright, what's going on? Welcome back to another TK41 Collectibles video. Last week we had a quick look at Han Solo, MMS261 from A New Hope, and I thought it's logical this week we'll have a look at MMS262 Chewbacca, which was the third Hot Toys Star Wars figure to get released. So let's have a look.
TK421, why aren't you at your post?
Because I'm busy buying collectibles, sir.
Alright, let's have a look at this box. So obviously a picture of Chewbacca on the front. Again, it's probably the prototype. But I mean, it looks pretty cool, that. Star Wars MMS262 Chewbacca, usual stuff. So I mean, this box is actually quite a bit bigger than like a standard Hot Toys box. And the art card on the inside, another cool picture of Chewbacca on there. I do like that. Look at that. That is looking really good. Obviously I've had this figure for ages, so I know what it's like out of the box. It doesn't quite look as good as that, but we'll come on to that obviously in a sec. Again, pictures of Han at the bottom. I think it's the same design as the Han art inlay card. Picture of the Millennium Falcon in the background, looking pretty cool. And then there's the figure, ready to go. So let's get the accessories out, have a look at this. What I think is quite an amazing figure, to be honest. Right, let's have a quick run through accessories. It's a massive box compared to a normal Hot Toys figure, but you don't get many accessories, obviously, because the figure is a lot bigger than other figures. But here's the crossbow. Chewie's a fantastic looking crossbow. I mean, that looks amazing, that, doesn't it? Even this, like, kind of the wire that runs along the side of it, it goes in and comes out. I thought that was split, but it is actually like that on the pictures of the figure, so I think that's how it's meant to be. And it's got that sight on the top, looks amazing, that. Lots of cool details on there, digging that. And then obviously we get his iconic satchel, bandolier. All these ammo pieces are manoeuvrable and they come out and everything. I don't know why you'd want to take them out, but it's a good little touch, that, really, that level of detail, what we come to expect from Hot Toys nowadays. And then we've got a couple of hands. So look at the details on these, like the fingers and everything. Look amazing. You only get two hands and two relaxed hands on the figure. And then, like with Han, we get the whatever this is, headset. Yeah, that's it. It just obviously pops over his head. And then we get the standard Chewbacca Star Wars Hot Toys style base. Looking good. 2015. Again, that's when that one came out. And then the grey grabber. Right, let's have a look at the figure. Something I nearly forgot to mention, we get a comb as well. A Hot Toys branded comb. See the Hot Toys label on there. That's pretty cool, that. Alright, let's have a look at this figure. I mean, it's going to be quite divisive, I think, this Chewbacca, because I mean, I think it's amazing, only because, well, the main reason because it's one of the first figures I got, really. This and Han, I got them at the same time. But I know the lightness probably isn't quite there. I mean, this one, I think they did a couple, well, obviously did a few batches, and I think I got one that's, his face is quite, like, the fur's quite dark on it. And it's quite dark at the top here. Now, it's probably not as screen accurate as it could have been, but and the face isn't quite. Maybe from some angles it could probably look about right, but yeah, it's not quite there. But I mean, the fur on it and the colouring, I think once you get down to like his midriff sort of, is like really good. But yeah, he's obviously dead hard to get like spot on in it, that his face. But I mean, the mouth doesn't open or close. I know on the Force Awakens version, his mouth opens and closes, doesn't it? But this one's a static sort of mouth. I'll zoom in a bit more there on his eye. I mean, his eyes look pretty cool, but yeah, I don't know, something off about the face, isn't there? but I guess it is really hard because there's no features really, is there, that they can kind of model in. But yeah, moving down the figure anyway, he's just obviously a load of fur. Well, he's a huge figure. I mean, they got the proportions like spot on when you stand him next to Han, and the fur's like a good colour. He's got like claws, or you know, on his feet, looking pretty cool. So I'm digging all that. I don't think we see his hands that much in the film, but again, great detail on the hands. And then yeah, he's just a big walking carpet, isn't he? So I mean, I do like the colouring. Like I say, like the two-tone kind of colouring there. But like I say, I really like this figure. Let me know in the comments whether you've got this one, whether you've ever thought about picking him up, because I think if you've got obviously the New Hope figures, he's one of the main characters in it, so definitely worth picking up. And I don't think there's anyone else who's done a Chewie, any other manufacturer, not to this sort of quality anyway. If they have, let me know in the comments, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head. And here he is with the headset on, but I mean, the headset is way too small for his head. His head's massive. That's the best I can do really. Again, like with Han, I'm not sure whether how you'd pose it like this, because unless you've got the Jazz Inc. Millennium Falcon cockpit, it doesn't really make sense in the display, I don't think. And plus the wires just got nothing to plug into, obviously. So yeah, a bit weird, but nice to have in the box, I guess. But again, this one doesn't seem to fit his head properly. Whether I'm just putting it on wrong or what, but that's the best I can do. If you try and put it any higher, it's in his eye, which is no good, is it? And there's a very quick pose of just him with his crossbow slung over his shoulder, with his bandolier on and everything. Nothing up with the pleather on the bag and everything, the satchel, it's all looking really good. Like I say, the bow's in perfect condition, the bandolier perfect again. But yeah, nothing wrong with the pleather, all good, all holding up. No issues with the figure either, with regards to the joints and everything, all pretty solid. Although I put him on that stand because he's a bit top heavy really, but yeah, no issues with the figure itself. Absolutely fantastic, I think. I love it. Brilliant, so glad I've got it in the collection. Like I say, let me know whether you're picking him up or whether you've got him or want him. It does look cool, that. And here's another very straightforward pose. So he's just took his crossbow off his shoulder, put it in there, obviously ready to fire on someone. But I mean, you could spend absolutely hours brushing this thing with that brush. I've not spent too long doing it, obviously, because you get clumps of hair start to come out, to be honest. So I've tended to leave it as it is out the box. I brushed his hair back on his head just to clear his eyes out of the way and stuff, but clear the hair out of his eyes, I mean. But yeah, I do like it. It's a great figure, absolutely spot on. Other than the head sculpt's not that great. But right, let's have a quick look how much this guy goes for now. MMS262 Hot Toys Chewbacca. I'm going to do UK only for now. Let's have a look. One for sale, $385. So that's pretty pricey. Let's have a look at sold items. $350, $399, brand new. So looking about 350 quid plus P&P. I think that's a fair price, to be honest. I like it. It's a great figure. Like, yeah, we could do with a Chewbacca original trilogy 2.0 version, couldn't we? With C-3PO on his shoulder, or in that bag, or for Empire Strikes Back, or just a Return of the Jedi one. I'm sure the technology's improved now, be able to do a really good one. But yeah, for now, that's all you've got. 350 quid or 400 for new. And finally, I suppose him just kind of walking around, I guess, in a sort of guard position with his crossbow pointing at the ground. I mean, it's It's a cracking figure, this. Let me know in the comments, like I say, whether you got this one or whether you're picking him up. Just like, these tend to slip around a bit actually. Put them back into place like that, but I think it's looking cool. Like I say, I know the face sculpt isn't 100%, but the figure itself, absolutely amazing. And if you want, like, it's good to have quite a hefty sort of figure on the shelf as well. He's a big guy, so yeah, looking good, looking good. So yeah, if you want to chat about this figure in particular or anything else in the collection, I'll see you in the comments. Otherwise, see you in the next video. Take it easy.